Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tweetender, and today I'm going to talk a bit about Scream Fortress 2016. But before I start, one quick moment, I have to apologize for my absence in the past couple of months. Work has taken quite a lot of energy out of me. But more importantly, Scream Fortress 2016 to be specific. Let's talk about it for a moment, shall we? Scream Fortress 2016 is, I'm going to say it upfront, I'll be upfront, I will be pretty honest with you fellows. I think it's a disappointment, to be honest. But let's start off with the positive first. They did add in 3 new maps. The first one being Brimstone. This is a map, this is a payload map, and I don't like it. I'll be completely honest, I don't like this map at all. I tried to play, so I tried different classes on it. It just didn't work for me, to be honest. It was a pain, it was a clusterfuck. It was a shitfest. I don't like it at all, to be honest. Sorry, person that made this. I know you put a lot of time and work in this, but Brimstone it's not my map. The next map that was added in is Meeple Witch Event. So this map is just a pretty solid King of the Hill map with some little bit of height variation. It has like lower ground and a higher ground. It has a little bit of buildings to the side and pumpkins everywhere. So you can blow everybody up. And overall, this is a pretty solid King of the Hill map. Not much to complain about. Apart maybe there does seem to be a lack of health packs in my personal preference. But other than that, it's just a pretty good map, plays really well, I'd say. And the last but not least is Pit of Death. This map is, I find to be pretty interesting. It also has a pretty interesting objective. It uses a pretty similar objective to Watergate. It's a player destruction, as if you will, where you kill people and they drop stuff. In this situation, it drops their soul, I think it was. Right, or something along those lines, and you picked up the souls, and sometimes you can like drop it into the middle in like a little hole, if you will, and that will score points for your team. And overall, the map is very interesting. You can actually get on top of the buildings, which I find to be quite enjoyable to do. Most maps you can't get on top of the roofs, but this one you can. And a lot of height variation and all this good stuff, right? So overall, I really like the maps. Other than those new maps, 2 towns have been added. Nothing much to complain about there. New towns are always fun to see. But here is where the positive stuff ends, sadly. That was it. That was just like 3 new maps and 2 new towns, and that was all the stuff that they added in. No new content or anything. Not even like weapon balance changes, which they usually, for the past like a year or 2 years, they have been doing a lot of them. Changing the stats on weapons, making them more balanced. They haven't really been doing that in this update either. So that's a bit weird. Usually they do it in larger updates, but then again, this isn't really a larger update. What this update does do, however, it brings back the event from last year, basically. It brings back those Erasmus missions you have to complete, and if you complete them, you get a little reward, which sometimes can be a hat. It can also be a Halloween themed item, and it could also be a crate, if you care about that stuff. You also get the soul gargoyle if you don't have one already, and you can level that soul gargoyle up if you kill enemy players and complete those Erasmus missions. So, all in all, this update has been quite disappointing, to be honest. Why? Well, first off, the big frustration the first day of the update was that the Erasmus missions weren't even working. Those Erasmus missions, they highly praise. The development team is like, oh, now you can complete these missions and get rewards. They didn't even work. So that was incredibly frustrating. In fact, for 3 full days, they didn't work. So that was incredibly frustrating to me and to a lot of other people. And not only that, but they also messed up big time by adding CTF Turbine. CTF Turbine they've added in to the competitive map list. And they removed Badlands, CP Badlands and CP Granary, which, especially Badlands, was one of the best competitive maps in my opinion. And to add CTF Turbine, of all things, is a huge mistake. I actually told myself I don't want to play competitive anymore if they are going to keep Turbine. Luckily, they did remove it after a couple of days. I imagine a lot of people I think a lot of people were thinking something similar to what I was thinking, that they probably shouldn't add this map to the competitive. So they did remove it after a couple of days. And this update, again, it's the same thing as last year. Last year you also had those Erasmus missions. You've also had that gargoyle that levels up with your progress. So it's just more of the same, really, when it comes down to it. And is it a bad thing per se? No. Last year was pretty good. I don't mind Erasmus missions. They take some time to complete because you get nice rewards from them. Sometimes free hats, which a lot of people are probably going to appreciate. So I like the events, but the update has been really disappointing, because, especially to me, because Scream Fortress has always been somewhat special to me, you know? Why? Because it was my first big Team Fortress 2 event. Like, back when I started playing, this was my first event that I witnessed in Team Fortress 2. Back when I was a young lad. So it's kind of special, it's kind of nostalgic to me. And usually they bring out a big update on Scream Fortress. They haven't been doing that for the past couple of years. And now it's just 3 new maps and 2 towns. And that's about it. It's just a shame. It's just an event now. But it did say in the blog posts, which I'm going to talk about for a bit. Before the update, they released the blog posts. That they did say that they were not going to work on Scream Fortress. They are just going to add some community stuff. And that they are going to focus on the later updates, which a lot of people are rumoring it will be the bio update. Because a while back, a lot of you probably remember that you could vote between heavy and bio, getting some updates. And let's hope it's something along those lines. And I'm still waiting for this optimizations, Valve. I still love my game to run smoother. Thank you very much. But they did say they were working on that, so I'm not going to hunt them down with pitchforks. We're not bringing out a lot of stuff on this Scream Fortress, but it's a little bit of a shame. You're used to more than this, you know. So let's hope that next update is a much less of a disappointment. Let's hope it's as good as I hope it to be. Thanks for watching, everybody, and take care, folks.